What is up, my Inklings? Mr. Ink here, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the last episode, we made our way into the Fire Temple. We decided to investigate what was going on at Death Mountain and found out that the dragon Volvagia has kidnapped all of the Gorons and is set to kill them. And so we decided to make our way into Death Mountain Crater, learned the Bolero of Fire, and entered the Fire Temple. And in this episode, we are going to make our way through the Fire Temple, at least the first little bit. Let's see if we can't find those missing Gorons. So I feel like of all of the, oh yeah, it's Darunia. Who's there? Is that you, Lunk? Oh, it really is Lunk. You've grown so big since I last saw you. I wanted to have a man-to-man talk with you, but now's not the time. Ganondorf is causing trouble on Death Mountain again. He has revived the evil ancient dragon Volvagia. On top of that, he is going to feed my people to that evil dragon as a warning to other races that might resist him. If that fire-breathing dragon escapes from the mountain, all of Hyrule will become a burning wasteland. I will go on ahead to try to seal up the evil dragon. I'm concerned, though, because I don't have the legendary hammer, but I have no choice. Lunk, I'm asking you to do this as my sworn brother. While I'm trying to deal with the dragon, please save my people. The prisoner's cells are in the opposite direction. I'm counting on you, Lunk. Alright, well, we can already see the boss door right there, so, yeah, I guess we, we already have where we're trying to go. But, yeah, we don't have a ton of, we don't have that boss key yet, so we're going to have a bit of a ways to go. So I feel like of all of the adult dungeons, this is the one that I seem to remember. This one seems to be the least memorable to me. I mean, that's not to say that the Fire Temple is a bad dungeon by any means. And there's our first Goron that we saved, so that's cool. Are you releasing me? Am I free to go? I'll tell you a secret for saving me. In order to get into the room where Darunia went, you have to do something about the pillar stuck in the ceiling. Find a path that leads to a room above the ceiling right away. So if we look, we can see there's a pillar right there. There's that pillar that he was talking about. So yeah, obviously our main objective is to try to get that pillar down, I guess. Open a small chest and get... You found a small key. This door will open a locked door. You can use it in only this dungeon. Yeah, that's not, so I like I was saying before. It's not to say that the Fire Temple is a bad dungeon by any means, but it's the one that I seem to remember the least. I still think the Water Temple is the worst adult dungeon, but honestly, like, I don't think the adult dungeon is actually even all that bad. I think it gets a bad rep from people just because of the, you know, the implications behind the Water Temple. And also, I mean, it's not a greatly designed dungeon. It definitely has its issues, to say the least. So I don't fully, you know, I don't blame people for you know, thinking that this dungeon is not great. I think there's a fairy in one of these pots, so I'm going to equip a bottle so I can catch it. Oops. Wrong button. Yep, I knew it. There we go. It'll be good for later. So, we definitely won't need it now, but it's definitely good to have a fairy in case we need it. And bombs is always good as well. Oh, there's a second fairy. Well, you know what? We got 4 bottles. Sure, why not? Let's... Again, it'll be good for later. I doubt I'm going to be... I mean, actually, with the Fire Temple, I might be using it quite a bit. I don't know. We'll see. This is... I don't know. This could go very, very well or very badly for me. Well, who knows? But anyways, we got lots of health if we need it. Okay, so you've been probably listening to the music in this dungeon. This is something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while now, and I think it's I think finally, now that we're in the Fire Temple, I think this is a good kind of opportunity to do it. So, the music, you've probably been listening to the music in the dungeon and think it's kind of whatever. It's not, I mean, it's not like bad music, but it's just kind of bland and boring. That's because the music in the Fire Temple is actually different depending on which version of the game that you play. There are three versions, at least in terms of the North American releases. There are three versions of Ocarina of Time. There is version 1.0, 1.1, and 1.2. Now, these were created basically as just, like revisions to the game. They updated the game slightly, you know, all that. Like, basically, it was like updates and stuff like that. And there's a pretty easy way to tell which version of the game you have, depending on what is on the cartridge. So on the back of, if you have a physical cartridge of Ocarina of Time, you will notice that on the back of the cartridge, you have some letters and numbers engraved on it. And depending on which letter or number you have engraved on it, determines which version of the game you have. So, if you have just two numbers engraved, that's it, just two numbers, you have version 1.0, which is the original version of the game when it launched back in 1998. If you have two letters, two numbers, and the letter A engraved on the back of your cartridge, you have version 1.1, which essentially just it basically just it's a slight upgrade of the game. It patched up some bugs and some glitches and stuff like that within the game. And if you and that's basically it. Now, if your cartridge has two numbers and the letter B, you have version 1.2, which is another updated version of the game. This is also the version that's used in every single future release of Ocarina of Time. Also, we found a small key. Hey, that's pretty good. And we saved another Goron. What do you have to say, sir? Are you releasing me? Am I free to go? I'll tell you a secret for saving me. There are switches in this temple that you have to cut to activate, but you can also use the Goron special crop to do the job. So I'm assuming they mean bombs. I think of all the dungeons, this is the one that I actually remember the least. So if I'm going to get lost in, like really lost in a dungeon, this one's going to be the one to do it. Because I don't remember a ton about this dungeon, unfortunately. Anyways, as I was saying, yeah. So if you have version... So if your cartridge has, two numbers and the letter B, you have version 1.2, which is another upgraded version of the game. It changed. It's the version that's used in every single further re-release of the game. So every Virtual Console version of the game, every like the GameCube versions, all of that. Those are all version 1.2. Oh yeah, we'll play Song of Time to get this. Do I remember actually the Song of Time? Hold on. No. Crap, what is it? Okay, I don't remember what the Song of Time is, to be honest. Whoopsies. Okay, oh, there we go. Ooh, uh-oh. No, uh-oh. There we go. Got it. So as I was saying, yeah, so version 1.2, it's used in every single, like, further re-release of the game. It's, so, oh, right, okay. We don't want to actually do that, that's right. There we go. I don't want to do that just yet. So every single, like re-release of the game. So the GameCube versions, Ocarina of Time 3D, every single Virtual Console version of the game uses version 1.2. Now, alongside with patching even more glitches and bugs and that sort of stuff, Ocarina of Time version 1.2 changed a lot. It majorly changed quite a few things. Are you releasing me? Am I free to go? Here's a secret for saving me. A wall that you can destroy with the Goron special crop will sound different than a regular wall if you hit it with your sword. Yes. That is something very useful to know, because there is I believe a small key or something in this dungeon that is behind that wall, a wall like that, where you can't see it. It's not clear. But yeah. You found a small key. This key will open a locked door. You can use it only in this dungeon. So, there are three major things that version 1.2 changes. First of all, the blood that Ganondorf coughs up in a cutscene right at the end of the game. So after you defeat Ganondorf, there will be a cutscene where Ganondorf starts to cough up blood. During that cutscene, in the original version of the game at the very least, in version 1.0 and 1.1, the blood is red. But they changed it to green in version 1.2 to make it a little more E for everyone. So there's that. Okay, I guess we can make our way up there first, because we've already went through there. That's the door we came from. That's the way forward, I think. But there's that. I don't know what that is. I guess we'll head up there. We'll investigate. I don't remember this dungeon, honestly, so I'm kind of exploring it for the first time. I kind of do, kind of don't. So I don't want to do that, actually. Oh, crap. Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, so it changed the Ganondorf's blood from green to red, or from red to green to make it a little more E for everyone, which makes sense. It changed the Gerudo symbol. So in the original version of the game, the Gerudo symbol that is on blocks, it was actually on those switches that you press down as well to release the Gorons and all that. Those were all oh shoot. Those were in the original version of the game, it is a star next to a crescent moon. Oh, that's just a gold skull, so we don't really need to worry about that. Okay, well, I guess we'll... Oh, jeez. No. That's a like. You do not want that thing to attack you, because it will... Oh, crap. There we go. Thankfully, the big Goron sword takes it down in one hit. If it eats you, it'll do a bunch of damage, and it'll also, like, eat your sword and your shield and all. Like, that's... You don't want that to happen. So, anyway, so the original Gerudo symbol used a... it was a crescent... It was a star and a crescent moon, which not only is that as the symbol. Now, not only is that the symbol that's used on the flag of Turkey, it also just so happens to be the symbol for Islam. And Nintendo actually has pretty strict rules. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Well, that might lead us somewhere. So anyways, so yeah, it just so happens to be the symbol for Islam. I'm getting so distracted. I apologize, everyone. And Nintendo has pretty strict rules against using religious symbols in their games. So naturally, they ended up changing it to the back of a cobra's head, which honestly, I kind of like. I think that change is probably for the better, just because of the fact that... I don't know. I just think the symbol looks cooler. I can understand why Nintendo initially put that symbol as the original Gerudo symbol, because it is the symbol the symbol that's used on the flag for Turkey. But yeah, Nintendo probably should have done the research and realized, oh, that's also the symbol for Islam. And considering that we don't put religious symbols in our games, maybe we shouldn't put that in. The other thing that they changed, and it's the main reason why I'm talking about this now, is they also changed the Fire Temple music. So in the original version of the So in the original Fire Temple music, so the version used in 1.0 and 1.1. By the way, 1.1 is the version that I have. My like physical cartridge is version 1.1, I should say. So in the original version, Nintendo used a sample from a album called, I think it's called Voice Spectral, I believe is what it's called. I'll correct myself in editing if it's called something else, but I believe it's called Voice Spectral. This is a sample CD that basically had a whole bunch of different voice samples that could be used in music for games and movies and that sort of stuff. This is actually the CD where the "ba" sound effect that's used in the new Super Mario Bros. Games, like the the "ba ba ba," all that voice sample comes from that CD.
Pa, pa, pa.
But anyway, so in that CD, there is on track number 75, it's basically a bunch of men chanting. And so, it sounds very, kind of Middle Eastern, that sort of thing. Okay. Wow. Apparently, the hardest thing in this entire temple is jumping on that damn block. What the hell? Why can't I get on the block? Oh boy, the fact that Link will manually jump and you can't, there's no jump button, does make some stuff like jumps and like jumping onto something like that a little bit difficult, because you can kind of change how far he jumps, but not really. Okay, could you go away, Keys, please? I swear, Keys are the most annoying enemies in this game. There we go. We ride the block. So anyways, so the original clip is a bunch of chanting. It sounds very Middle Eastern, kind of cool, and so they put it in the game. I guess this is the clip, and I'll play part of the original clip for the Fire Temple here, and then also play the actual like voice clip as well. So anyways, so they put that in the game, and it was awesome. It turns out that voice clip is actually Muslim chants. If you listen closely, you can hear the men say the word Allah. Allah! Which is basically the Muslim word for God, essentially. I mean, I don't know if this is completely... that's essentially what it is, if I remember correctly from my days of going to a Catholic school and worrying about world religions. But yeah, they basically say the word Allah, which is the Muslim word for God, essentially. And of course, that breaks Nintendo's rule of putting religious symbols in their game, and so they ended up changing the temple to remove that. Remove that from the theme, and they end up putting in just some kind of generic wailing sounds and all that. So, which is unfortunate. A lot of people think that the original version of the dungeon is much better than the than the new version, but oh Jesus, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do either. I wanted to drop a bomb. Please drop a bomb. So I believe that's what this is the switches that they're talking about when they say they can be activated using the Goron special crop. There we go, just like that. And so now we can climb up this chain link fence here. So yeah, again, it's a bit of a shame. I think the original version of the Fire Temple music is a lot better, and a lot of people think that. I think the new version is kind of bland, but if you could find the copy of the version 1.0 or 1.1 of Ocarina of Time, I think it's I think definitely do it. I mean, they're pretty easy to find. I mean, our copies of original versions of Ocarina of Time, like the cartridges, don't go for a ton. So if you go to like your local retro game store or go on Amazon or something, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. I recommend going to an actual like game store where you can look at the cartridge, so you can actually like look at the cartridge and be able to know if it's 1.0, 1.1, or 1.2. But again, I don't think it's that, it's not that, it's not, I mean, it's other than those three things, like the changes that are used are pretty minor, but still. Are you releasing me? Am I free to go? I'll tell you a secret for saving me. In this temple, there are doors that fall down when you try to open them. When one of these doors starts to fall, move. If you use a sample of the Goron's special crop, you can break it. That is also something that'll be very, very useful for us, because I know for an absolute fact that there is actually something in this game that utilizes where we actually have to do that in order to move forward. So I'm trying to remember where the actual... So yeah, if you hit the wall there, that you can hear that that's what it sounds like. But if you could find a spot where it's a bummable wall, it will sound slightly different. Oh god, this whole room is just Indiana Jones's worst nightmare. I guess his worst nightmare would actually be a pit full of snakes. So maybe not, but you know what I mean. Oh! You can hear that sounds different. I think this actually just has a gold skulltula in it, but you can hear that the sound... Yeah, it's just gold skulltula. But you can hear that's what it sounds like when... That's what it sounds like. Okay, there's a door here. I don't remember where all the doors are in this room. I need to find the dungeon map. I have no clue where it is. It's around here somewhere. I know that. There's another. Oh yeah, you can see the Gerudo symbol right there. It's the back of the Cobra's head. In the original, it was in the original version, it was a crescent moon with a star next to it. There's another small key. A lot of small keys we've been finding. We've been making pretty good progress through this dungeon so far, I think. Oh yeah, I guess I'll talk to you. Are you releasing me? Am I free to go? Let me tell you a secret as a reward for releasing me. When you are on fire, you can put it out by swinging your sword or rolling forward. Did you know that? I did know that. But thank you for telling me anyways. I do like this mechanic where you can, if you save the Gorons, they kind of tell you secrets about the dungeon. And it is good because like some of the things where there's like secrets about like, specific things that are, used within the dungeon or whatever. Oh shit. If you use that if you listen to those secrets, you actually can like solve puzzles and stuff that normally would stump you. So I like that. I'll do that. We'll go through that door first. I want to be very, very careful because it can be extremely easy to fall, which will put us back pretty far, as you can see. I want to be very careful. Especially considering that the analog stick for this is kind of sensitive. So we're going to be very careful not to accidentally fall off. Because if we fall off, that'll be very bad. Alright. We head in here first. Oh, there's a chest. Oh, please tell me this is the dungeon map. I need that to get my bearings straight. Yes, we found the dungeon map. There we go. Perfect. That's very, very good. Now we can get a bit more of an understanding as to where the hell we're going. So that's very, very good. All right, let's have a look because I don't remember. Okay, 5 floors. There's a lot to this dungeon, as you can see. Yeah, there's quite a bit. So as we can see, there's still quite a few things that we have not yet explored, but that's okay. There's still quite a bit stuff to it. Okay, now we're going to head through the locked door. I think we found everything that we can find in the room, that one room with all the boulders. I think it's just the 2 small keys. And I guess also the gold skulltula token. I think. So we'll head on in here. Oh right. This part. I actually remember this part. So we land on this platform and the fire is going to start chasing after us. It would be very great, Link, if you didn't run the wrong way. That would be very, very helpful. You didn't do... Get up there, please. Get up there. Oh, God. I love it when the camera just decides to turn on you just on its own without anything else. That's just great. So obviously you can see there's a lock key. There's a locked door up there that we can't do anything with yet. So we'll head in here instead. Oh yeah, okay. So now we're on top of here. Alright, so I believe there is a switch that we can activate first on top. Yeah, I can see that over there. So we'll need to do that. So we'll, what do you want, Navi? Alright, so yeah. What do you want? Okay, what do you want, Navi? Lonk, I hear Goron voices down below. Cool. Thank you for annoying the hell out of me just to say that. Okay. So, yeah, I think I want to hit this switch first because we need... That'll give us something useful. So, step on the switch and it opens up a Goron. Wait, really? Where? Oh, wait, is that him over there? Oh, God. Wow. Nice draw distance there, game, with the... There we go. Is that him over there? I see, like... Do not fall off, please. I beg you. Oh, my lord. Where did it open? Is that... I think that's him. I think that's it over here, right? Yeah. There we go. Just take out these guys. I don't actually remember what those enemies are called. I feel like I should know the names of the enemies in this game, but I don't. I'll put them on screen right now, because I don't remember what the... I think it's like Fire Slug or something like that, but I think it's pretty straightforward. But hello. Are you releasing me? Am I free to go? I'll tell you a secret for saving me. If you find a place that you can see on the map but can't reach, try playing your ocarina. I don't even remember what that's supposed to be a secret to. Is it the block of time? Is that like the block of time that's... I mean, it just leads to a skulltula token. Anyways, we got another small key. I think we're going to go through that locked door first before we blow up the... Before we go down to that area below, I think. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think. And we'll go through the locked door first and see what's over there, and then we'll go to that and then we'll go blow up the... Okay, or I can just fall down. That's great. I gotta find my way back. That's just wonderful. Oh, okay. That's right here. Alright, well, that's fine. Okay. So we're gonna very slowly make our way across this. Every single time I go through this, ever since I first played this when I was like 13 years old to now, like, you know, over 8 years later, I still get scared every time I walk over that. Okay, sure. Thank you, game. Thankfully, we don't have to worry too much about health. We've got 2 fairies and 2 red potions, so... if we're running low on health, we thankfully don't have to worry about that too much, at least. So, you know, we'll take that. Okay, we will head over here, head on up into this locked door and see what's going on there. Alright, there's just a corridor and another doorway. Yeah, this dungeon is basically like I'm playing it for the first time. Oh yeah, there's all of this. Whatever the hell this is. That's right. There's a lot going on in here. A lot going on in here. There's that single... I don't know what that... Actually, I might know what that is. I was about to say I don't know what that one room on the first floor is, but I think I do actually. I do know where it is. We can't get there. Okay, so I'm just looking at the time, and we're at half an hour. So I'm going to call this episode here. So thank you all so very much for watching. In the next episode, we are going to continue making our way through the Fire Temple. And I will see all of you in the next episode. Bye-bye.